Hey everybody, it's Heather Nichols here, and I wanted to talk to you today about this concept, this idea that we have in Bowspring movement that is about going back to go forward. And it's one of the Bowspring movement. If you're not familiar with it, I've talked about it quite a bit in my videos and my podcast, but it's this beautiful postural movement system that allows us to have a very different way of moving and holding our bodies and being in the world. And it translates into everything. It translates into how we show up for ourselves and our lives, and how we create in our businesses and with our families and in so many ways. And this idea of that you can go back to go forward. What does that mean? Well, in Bowspring, it's about resting into the back of your body. It's about really inhabiting the back of your body and strengthening the back of your body and literally sitting back. And as you do, you can go forward in a very dynamic and a very powerful way. I was hiking this morning and I was going up some stairs and I was noticing that real sense of the back of my body really propelling me forward and up these stairs in this very buoyant and powerful way. And this is something that you can cultivate in your movement and with your body through the practice of Bowspring. One of the things that I love about this is that when we make changes in our bodies and we tap into different energetic realities, different structural realities, different postural realities with our bodies, we get to show up differently in our life in general. Like our nervous system changes and we get to have a different reality with how we move through the world and how we create. And the idea that you can go back to go forward, that's a really different energy. And if you look at creating business, anything in your life that you're creating, most people tend to have a very forward orientation. They tend to be very driven. They tend to be very, even in their bodies, they tend to be more in their head and in their face than actually resting into the power and the potency and the expansiveness that happens when you're in your back body. And when you're in your back body, there's a way that you can actually deeply relax into the structure of your body that is actually your back is designed to be a massive support for you. And so many of us hyperextend our backs, and we don't occupy the back of our bodies because we're so focused on what's next and computers and technology and phones and all that stuff. So it requires this really different level of presence and awareness and being with yourself and being with your body to inhabit your back, to go back into the structural support of your body, the strength of your body, and to cultivate that, and also to relax in your life so that you can move in your life and what it is that you're creating with a deep sense of relaxation that actually, ironically, allows very dynamic forward movement. When we take ourselves out of relaxation, when we are always in the future, when we're always in a hurry, when we're always on to the next thing, we don't get to have the resource of what is right now, what's going on in our bodies right now, what's going on in our world right now. And our bodies are this incredible vehicle for presence that we don't use. Most people don't use. And when you can be with your body, not just aware of your movement, but that's a huge piece, but be aware of, the structure of your body, how you're holding your body, but be aware of the energetics of what's going on in your body, the intricate details of what's happening in the universe that your body actually is. When we're able to be present with that, we get to resource ourselves in a way that most people don't even know is possible. And there is, through the practice of Bowspring and movement and body awareness, there's a deep, deep neurological unwinding that can occur that is it's really a massive letting go of everywhere that we gear ourselves up and try to force things into existence, try to make shit happen, try to, rush through life or whatever, where we, like, when we function more from those energies, our nervous system is very activated and we're in sympathetic nervous system mode. One of the things that Bowspring and movement in general and body awareness in general gives you the opportunity to do is to actually learn how to rest into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is more about the rest and relaxation, having ease in your life, and being able to rest into the back of your body, to the relaxation that's available as a true sort of neurological way of living, so that you can actually bring that to everything that you do. And most people think that if you were to function from that level, that depth of relaxation, that it would mean that you would never get anything done. You wouldn't, you'd sort of be like behind on everything that you want to create. And, you would never pay attention to what needs to be paid attention to. But it's quite the opposite, actually. There's a depth of relaxation and a neurological reality that is available to us that is unwound from all of the PTSD stimulants of the rest of the world, like money and business and family and relationships and busy and da-da-da-da-da. All these things can be like PTSD stimulants for our nervous system that takes us out of that relaxed space and into here, the front of our bodies, our faces, our, like hurry through life kind of a mentality. Takes you out of your body. And when you can cultivate this depth of relaxation, neurological unwinding, resting into the back of the body, into the strength and the openness that is actually available for you with your body, and the neurological reality that comes from that, the depth of relaxation that you then get to bring yourself to the world from and create from is so different and actually quite potent and actually more effective, more elegant. There's a lot more ease. It's pretty amazing what can show up when you commit to that depth of relaxation and strength and support of yourself, both through your posture, through your body movement, through your neurological reality that you're creating, where your nervous system kind of learns to rest at a more relaxed state rather than a wound up state. And then, of course, how you live your life and how you move in the world. And it's fascinating to me. It's really fascinating. I've worked with the nervous system for decades. When I was a trauma therapist, I did a lot of helping people to unwind their neurology through body awareness and body movement. I always worked through the body. And now having this Bowspring practice is really amazing because it unwinds the fascia, which holds a lot of those patterns in place and gives us a different energetic reality. And it's really fun for me to put it all together with everything that I have learned and worked with and known over the years around business and creation and neurological health and traumatic unwinding and body presence and body movement. And I'm bringing all of that together in a new class that I'm doing called Be Moved, a somatic exploration of true relaxation. And that's happening in Boulder in July, in Seattle in August, and in Chicago in September, and perhaps in Europe at some point soon as well. We'll see. You can stay connected on my website, heathernichols.com. And just if this is inspiring or curiosity provoking to you, I invite you to explore further and come and play.